You thought it was just one cold batch of fries and a rude cashier, right? But what if I told you it's bigger, way bigger? In the last year alone, major American chains lost over $150 million from Canadians who simply stopped showing up. And somewhere on this list is a scandal so bad, even die-hard fans couldn't defend it. Stay with me till the end, because number 2 is the one nobody sees coming, and once you hear it, you won't look at those commercials the same way again. It starts like this: you pull off the highway, see a familiar sign, think, safe bet. But the pancakes arrive limp, the fruit tastes canned, and that syrup? It's mostly corn syrup. IHOP used to mean comfort on a road trip. Now, for a lot of Canadians, it signals a stop to skip. The price goes up, the freshness doesn't, and indie brunch spots with real produce are stealing those breakfasts without even trying. Then there's the famous chicken sandwich people once lined up for out of curiosity. The food might still crunch, but the reputation? Not so much. For Canadians, inclusivity isn't a marketing angle, it's the baseline. Add rising combo prices and the novelty wears off fast. That quick detour becomes a moral compromise many just won't make anymore. What about Five Guys? The brown paper bag, the mountain of fries, classic, right? Until your solo order crosses $25 and the grease soaks through your seatbelt. Canadians filmed the receipts, the internet called it, not worth it. When the patty shrinks, the fries get saltier, and the bill balloon animal inflates, indulgence stops feeling like a treat and starts feeling like a tax. Olive Garden's warm nostalgia used to carry it: breadsticks, bottomless salad, safe pasta. But travelers evolved while the menu didn't. Overcooked noodles, reheated sauces, sodium for days. In cities back home, handmade pasta and fresh basil are standard. Once you've tasted that, the tourist Italian vibe feels like a souvenir you don't need. Applebee's was the neighborhood hangout, now it's the neighborhood no one visits. Understaffed nights, microwaved appetizers, watery cocktails, decor frozen in 2008. Canadians on shopping runs used to treat it as a default. Now they're choosing craft pubs and fusion spots where the mashed potatoes don't come from a plastic bag. Denny's used to be the 2 a.m. promise: hot coffee, hot plates, warm booth. But when 2 grand slams show up cold and the bill stings, the ritual breaks. Comfort food has one job: comfort. If it can't do that, the sign on the highway stops feeling like a hug and starts feeling like a warning. Cracker Barrel walks a thin line: rustic charm or time capsule. Rocking chairs on the porch, checkerboards by the fire. It's cute until the cornbread arrives cold and the gravy has the texture of glue. Younger travelers call it performative nostalgia, a themed experience where the food isn't part of the charm. Buffalo Wild Wings hits you with noise before flavor. TV walls, shouting tables, servers yelling orders, then a basket of wings that's lukewarm, beers that don't excite, and a bill that punches above its taste class. Canadians can get bold sauces and good vibes in quieter pubs at home. Chaos and sugar bomb sauces don't read as fun anymore, they read as fatigue. Subway was once the road trip default: fast, fresh, predictable. The problem is predictably disappointing. Rubber-textured bread, flimsy produce, meats that taste like a committee designed them. While many Canadian locations quietly improved, too many US shops cut corners. Eat Fresh stops landing when the lettuce can't even stay crisp till the parking lot. TGI Fridays wants to sell you a party, but the playlist hasn't changed in years. Greasy burgers, salt-forward starters, frozen sides, nostalgia with a neon sign. Meanwhile, diners want fresher, cleaner, better-sourced plates, without fireworks to distract from flavor. If the vibe's the main course, the food has to be the encore. Here, it's an opening act that never ends. Panda Express used to be a mall treat: orange chicken, quick noodles, done. Today, the sauces are sweeter, the noodles clumpier, the veggies tired from steam table purgatory. In a world where authentic street eats and wok fresh flavor are a short drive away, syrupy stir-fry feels like a shortcut people won't accept. Dairy Queen runs on memories: birthday cakes, summer cones, the first blizzard you ever flipped. But nostalgia melts fast if the cone does too. Freezer-burned cakes, sticky tables, half-hearted service. Not a treat, just a reminder of what used to be. In the era of curated dessert spots and clean ingredients, you can't cash in on the past while cutting corners in the present. Outback Steakhouse was a fun detour: Aussie theme, hearty portions, the bloomin' onion that begged for a dare. But overcooked steaks, freezer-bag sides, and a price tag that competes with legit chop houses? The charm fades when the bite does. If the signature onion leaves you feeling like you ate a bucket of fryer oil, you don't go back for the steak. Now, here's the one that proves the biscuits can't save you: Red Lobster. For years, warm cheddar biscuits sold the dream. But when the biscuits arrive cool, the lobster turns rubbery, and the dining room hums like a bingo hall. The spell lifts. Endless shrimp stops sounding generous and starts sounding like a dare. The brand needed reinvention. Instead, it leaned on nostalgia until the chair gave way. And then, the shocker you weren't expecting to land at number 1, McDonald's. In the US, you'd think the Golden Arches would be untouchable. But Canadians increasingly say the fries taste off, the burgers feel lifeless, and the stores look dimmer, dirtier, slower. Here's the kicker: McDonald's Canada invested in fresher ingredients, cleaner spaces, digital ordering, and sustainability. Once you experience that consistently, the US version can feel second-rate by comparison: broken ice cream machines, messy counters, packaging that looks cheaper. When the global standard bearer feels like the budget option, travelers notice, and they vote with their wheels. So what's really happening here? Canadians didn't wake up cranky. They just raised their standards. Back home, the dining scene leveled up: local sourcing, cleaner labels, better value, friendlier spaces. On the road, they're not looking for fancy, they're looking for real. Freshness that tastes like freshness, service that feels human, prices that don't feel like a dare. When a big brand coasts on name recognition instead of improving the plate in front of you, the brand loses the benefit of the doubt. Multiply that across border towns, long weekends, sports trips, outlet runs, and you get a quiet boycott with a very loud bottom line. Here's the twist: this isn't just about Canada versus the US, it's about expectations versus delivery. Any chain that respects the customer, feeds them well, treats them well, charges them fairly, wins. Any chain that shrinks portions, cuts quality, and hides behind a logo loses. Simple math, backed by a lot of disappointing dinners. So tell me, what was your moment? The cold breakfast at 2 a.m? The greasy bag that soaked through? The endless deal that felt like an endurance test? Drop your story in the comments. And if you want a part 2 on the indie spots and newer chains Canadians are choosing instead, the ones actually earning those road trip dollars, say, part 2 feet below. Because if this list proves anything, it's that the menu changed. Now it's time the big names did, too.